Hello. I wanted to try something a little bit more different this time. I just kind of wanted to play Minecraft and it just... You could use me more as like a background for whatever you're doing, sleeping, working, studying, whatever. So I'm gonna be using a lot more of a lighter voice. This is what I sound like most of the time when I'm not trying to like, I guess boost my voice during videos. So you're gonna see a lot more calmer of a voice when I'm playing. But yeah, you're just welcome to use this as a way to like chill. Just like, I don't know, I just want, just in case you want something to play in the background and whatever, so yeah, I'm just gonna be playing Minecraft. I started a little bit ago, but I wanted to start from the fresh, so I just got rid of those items. But yeah, I started, but then I realized the audio was weird, so I had to fix that. So yeah, let's just start now, I guess. Not really sure what to talk about. I don't have very, like, interesting stories about my life yet. Nothing that, like, I could really tell for a good deal. Maybe I could think of something, though. I guess I could talk about just what I've been doing recently. You know, like, with work, I've been a lot less, like, with, like, a job and everything. I haven't been able to do much, like, making videos as often, or watching things I like, or playing games, so this is nice to just be able to do this, but when I'm not working, I'm, either watching YouTube or playing Schedule 1, which I've been playing a lot of recently. I don't think I'll make much solo content on that, though. But I do, I have been watching, like, new shows that, like, I missed out on when they first started, so I started watching Attack on Titan recently. I'm around where they find the, female Titan. So, still season 1. But I'm really liking it so far. But I will say Eren Yeager is not the strongest antagonist I've seen. Just something about him doesn't really strike me or really, like, get me hyped about him. He has cool moments, but, like, I don't know. And yeah, I am a dub watcher. I know, blasphemous, but I am a dub watcher. Hope that doesn't change your opinion of me, but I'm not a fan of his English voice actor. Like, compared to other voice actors, he's doing well, but it's just not like a, I don't know, it's too whiny for me, but I still really like the show, and I do like Eren Yeager as a character. He just kind of annoys me sometimes. Besides that, I've been reading the Chainsaw Man manga after I finished season 1 and the movie. Wait, that's so cute. They changed the rabbit design? Wait, that's adorable. Aw. I love that. Sorry, what was I saying? Oh my god, there's another one. Sorry. I didn't know if he changed designs. It's so cute. I love that. Oh, I love that so much. Oh, there's a ship over here. But what was I saying? Yeah, I've been reading the Chainsaw Man manga. I'm up to the spoiler alert, I guess, but actually, I just want to say that. So you don't have to, like, pause a video that's supposed to be, like, playing in the background. With that, I also finished JJK, which I finished that a while ago, but I don't know. It's like, it's my favorite anime I've ever watched. It's my favorite manga I've ever read. I love everything about JJK. The curse techniques, the characters, like, anything you can like about a show, I love it about JJK. I haven't played a lot of, like, the most recent updates, so I don't know what's new. But I saw about Rabbit, so... Oh. Okay. I'm stuck now. There we are. Okay. Let's check what's down here. I'm checking for chest, but I'm starting to drown. I also have Minecraft music playing in the background, but I don't know if you could hear that. I could kind of hear it. And also, don't worry, I'm not gonna like play some loud annoying outro song like I usually do on the end of this video. I'm just gonna kind of end it peacefully rather than blasting like the Attack on Titan intro or anything. I'm really just trying to branch out and try new things. And I think this is something I've been wanting to do, where I just kind of play Minecraft. And don't use like an abrasive or like try to beef it up. I'm just gonna talk in my normal voice and just see if people prefer like a more chill and more quiet version of me. Though I'm not like screaming in videos, I'm not like a loud person. I just... Oh, had food. It's just... I think I try to boost up my voice too much. Because... I don't know, that's... I want to try to feel like I'm more confident whenever I'm talking, but... I think it ends up making me sound like even more uncomfortable, so... Maybe I should just talk like this from now on. But I worry sometimes that would like interfere with the... Audio is my biggest enemy when it comes to making videos. I can never mix it well. I don't know why. Definitely something that's my fault, but something I need to work on. And editing, I'm not a strong editor. I want to get better at it, but I don't know. I'm kind of lazy sometimes, but that's mostly out of just exhaustion. Because mostly when I'm making a video, it's after I come home from work or a busy day. So, to me, making videos, like, I want to do it for fun, but sometimes it's like, oh, now I have to edit it. Oh, I have to cut all these parts out. But, I don't know. I think I still enjoy doing it, and I do it for more for myself than anything else. I don't see a future in content creation, really. I don't think I'm that lucky. I'm a happy person. I have a good life, but I mean, like, that lucky. Like, I don't think I'm, like, lucky enough to make a career out of just sitting and playing games and talking to a microphone. But I definitely like the hobby, and I enjoy making people's days better. That's one of my main motivations. I just want to be able to change one person's day. I want to just be able to... That's my only goal. I don't have any major goals for this channel, but if I could just make one person who's having a really crappy day have a really, like, just help their day a lot, that would mean so much to me. You have no idea how much that would mean to me. Once again, I don't know if I'm too quiet or too loud. I'm checking OBS, but I'm not sure, so I guess I'll just let it ride. Like, every time I get, like, even one comment, it makes my day. Because I just love to hear people enjoy what I make, even though it's not the greatest content or doesn't have the most effort behind it. I really love when I could just make somebody's day a little bit better. I love the idea of that. Besides that, trying to find other things to talk about. Like I said, I don't have a lot of interesting stories to tell. And plus, not like especially stories that are like more personal things I don't really want to get into in front of a microphone, but I'm sure I could think of something to tell. I've had some interesting school stories in my day, but nothing ridiculous. Let me think. I guess I could tell a story about a kid. A young man we'll call Mr. J. Because I don't want to give out his real name, but this Mr. J was a very interesting kid. He, oh, well, that's not very kind. I'll just run away from him, but Mr. J was not the most compatible human being. Oh, I made a friend. One bone. Oh, you're coming with me, but sorry. Mr. J. He had a lot of social issues with other kids. And I think a lot of that is other kids' fault for treating him differently because of the way he looks. Because he looks a little bit strange. And I never paid too much attention to him because I usually stay to myself. I stick to a couple friends most of the time, and when I'm not feeling friends, I'm just by myself chilling. But Mr. J would tend to lash out, I would say. Or try to be something he's not. For example, Mr. J would often carry around a football, even though he's not in any sports and is not very athletic at all. He would carry around a football, and I'm not sure why he did that, but he just did. Couldn't tell you why, he just enjoyed doing that. And all power to him, I'm not going to judge him for that. But it just felt like more he was trying to connect to other kids who might also be interested in sports. Because he might be interested in sports, I'm not sure. Or maybe he just saw that all the cool kids, I guess is what you'd call them, did like sports, so maybe he saw that as an opportunity to try to connect with them. I'm not sure. And it's not my place to judge. But I did start judging when he'd start lashing out at people who didn't deserve it, or in retrospect, just causing a lot of problems for people trying to learn. He's been in fights with multiple kids, and he's not a fighter. He's not a very physically strong kid, so... There was this one time, he called a girl in class very not nice words. I'm not gonna say what they were. And, that led to him going over and punching. Or, not punching, but this was the context, I forgot for a second. He threw a pencil bag at her. Why? I have no idea, but he did. Then she but she stomped over and BFI foam and punched him in the eye. He started crying in the corner, and she got DAP, which in Texas schools are basically like, I don't know, like juvenile detention, maybe? Because kids would be gone for multiple months on end. And he usually is like either related to like a fight, or they were caught doing drugs or something related to that. Just more heavy stuff they'd get sent to DAP for. She was sent to DAP, he wasn't. Then another incident, he threw a backpack at a kid. This kid was being a lot more confrontational with him though. So I won't say it didn't I won't say he had it coming, but like he should have expected it at least. And then on multiple occasions he's yelled at people, including people I know or didn't know. And besides that, it's not my place. I don't know. He was just a very interesting kid. And now I don't... He was gone for the rest of that school year. And I never really saw him again. But that's the story of the young man named Mr. J. But that's like not a story related to me, that's just some kid. So I'm really trying to think of stories that would be related to me in any way, shape, or form. I guess... Ooh, that's not safe. I'm not going to be going into that, but... Yeah, I'm not jumping in there. But besides that, stories related to myself, I guess if there are kids watching this, I should give you some advice. Because I was pretty insecure throughout middle school and high school. Very insecure. And very awkward. Especially in middle school. And there's some, like, advice I could give you. It's that it's okay to express yourself, but don't make that your personality. Don't make expression your personality. Don't try to make everything that you like or interest or anything related to that. Don't make that your entire life. this goes for anything. Opinions, preference, anything. Don't make it your entire personality, because it just gives people the ick. Not something we can control, but it just happens. And another advice is just don't be weird. You know, it's a lot harder said, like, it's a lot easier said than done, but the best thing I can tell you is just don't be weird. Especially don't try to, like, act introverted on purpose or try to act shy on purpose because you think it gives you, like, mysterious. Don't try to be mysterious. If there's one thing I could give you, if you are, like, if you do watch a lot of anime and you're like, I want to be the mysterious guy, don't. Just don't. Luckily, this is something I never fell into and attempted, and I'm grateful that I never did, but to anybody who ever thought about it or was like, I'm gonna reinvent myself and become mysterious, just don't. It sounds good conceptually, like, man, in anime, everybody wants the cool, mysterious guy. But that's why it's a cartoon. A Japanese cartoon. So, yeah, just don't be mysterious and don't be weird. Despite that, I think it is good to express yourself and be honest about who you are. Don't try to hide who you are from people. Don't try to be, like, don't try to, like, succumb to dumb school freaking social norms. Don't try to be a cookie-cutter version of everybody else around you. Be yourself, but don't be super, like, don't try to push that on other people, I guess is the best way to say that. Be yourself, but don't push yourself onto people. That's the best advice I think I could give. And luckily, I never had too bad of a school career. People did, like, tell me, like, in high school I did mature a lot. And I've had people who told me, like, yeah, in middle school I thought you tried way too hard to express yourself or stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I know. And now I'm cool with those people. People I didn't think liked me or wanted to be around me, which I wouldn't want to either, because I was a little bit socially inept. But there was very nice people. But also, be wary of some nice people. Because there are some genuine angels out there, but there's also just groups who see somebody who might not be popular or might not be the most socially active, and they'll try to take advantage of that. They'll see somebody who's kind of weak, kind of, not weak, but just kind of, you know, easy, you know? And I was this for a long time, and that led to me being involved with people that I should have never been. People who made me do bad things. People who made me feel bad about myself, but I thought were my friends. Stuff like that. So, it's just, I think high school, middle school are some of the most worst, but also best years you'll have in your life. Like, Dazed and Confused. If you've watched that movie, you'd remember the line that it's like, what do you say? It was something along the lines of, like, every day I couldn't wait to get out of here, but now that's, like, finally over, I'm gonna miss this place, or something along those lines. I'm not very good at remembering movie lines. Also, don't rely too much on online personalities, too. You know, like, it's just, no, whatever you do not rely on online relationships for social. Like, don't replace genuine human reaction with people online. It's okay to have online friends, but be sure that you could trust that person. And don't rely too much on that person, because they could be gone like that. Or they could betray you like that. It's a very fine line. And I think it's very safe to at least stay conscious whenever you're online. And don't have all social interactions online. Go outside occasionally. Go outside and try to meet new people, because it helps. Trust me, it helps. Ooh. There's a ruined nether portal. And, like, I will be honest, I've met people that I thought were my friends, or people who were nice to me, and because they see that, and they see somebody they could take advantage of, or somebody they can mold, or anything along those lines, so... Well, I feel like I should install, like, texture packs. Really make the game look super pretty. Another rabbit. They're so cute. I love the rabbits so much, man. I love the rabbits. Hello, doggo. Shouldn't he be... Okay, whatever. I think... I don't know if I'm gonna find a place to settle yet, but I hope to at some point. I forgot... I need to name the dog. What do I want to name him? I like more old names. It could be a she. Actually, I prefer a she. Maybe... Not Gertrude. That's too, like, granny-like. Maybe Lila. I've always liked the name Lila. I'd say Lila is actually my favorite name. I love Lila. It's a very, like... Something about that name, I just really like it. I don't know why. So yeah, you'll be Lila. Lila the dog. What else should I talk about? I guess movies are a good topic. First monster. I'm not like a super big movie watcher, at least these days. But I really like watching movies with my family. And most of movies that I've really enjoyed are usually through family. Though my favorite movie ever is Porco Rosso. That's my favorite movie ever, and my uncle showed me that movie when I was 12. And ever since, I've loved that movie. With unwavering love. Like, I love everything about that movie. Michael Keaton, the animation, the beautiful backgrounds, the tolerable humor. It's just, I think, an actual masterpiece. Okay, I don't want my dog dying. I'm gonna run away. I really don't want my dog dying. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Lila. Lila, stop. No, Lila. No, Lila. Oh, Lila. Lila. Okay, we need to get out of here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh jeez. Okay. Okay. It'll be okay, Lila. Lila, get in the boat. Lila, get in the boat. Go away. No, Lila, no. Okay, good Lila. Good Lila. Alright, let's come on, Lila. Get in the boat. No, Lila. Come on, girl. Get in the boat, Lila. There we are. Alright. We've made a safe escape. Oh, can you eat while on a boat? Oh, great. Sweet, okay. I think this is a sign that I should find a place to stay. Even Lila's agreeing, look at her. Oh, I've been recording for 26 minutes. It felt like an hour. Weird. Ooh, I like this spot, but too much hill for me to want to stay here. So what do you guys think of cyberpunk, right? The thing that, like, really interests me conceptually, but something I've I've only dabbled in the franchise. I've only played about 2 hours of the game. Or not even, maybe like an hour of the game. I got to, like, the point where, like, you're carrying the lady out of a bath. And then you drive, and then you have to meet him, like, downstairs after you leave your apartment. Whoa. Wait, screenshot that. Interesting. Did not expect to see that. Interesting. Like, anyways, but I have seen the show, and I really like the show. I think it's a amazingly entertaining show. I think the animation's good in it. I like the characters a lot, and I think, how did I forget his name? Oh, wait, should I really spoil that? I don't know. I'm just gonna say his journey is very, like, interesting and really sad. I didn't cry at the end. Very few shows have made me cry before. Despite what you might think, I'm not much of a crier. I count on my hands how many, like, movies have made me cry. Let me think. About Time has made me cry. Because the ending of that movie. Fried Green Tomatoes. Dog's Way Home. And, probably Castle in the Sky. Despite that, I can't really think of any movies besides that have made me cry. TV shows even less. I cried at the end of Death Note, I think. I think I teared up a little bit, but I didn't cry. And weird one, but Future Diary made me cry when I finished that show. Couldn't tell you why, but it just really played with my heartstrings at the end. I like this spot. I think I'll stop here. I like this spot right here. And we got a little dock and everything. And then I can only think of one game that's made me cry, and that's Red Dead Redemption 2. Something about that game, man. It was just so good. I think a lot of the complaints about the show are valid, but overall, I still love it. Like, I think the take about, the animations are very valid and very annoying, but that didn't really bring down the show for me, or game. And then I also think the gameplay is a little bit lackluster, but that's just because it's a Rockstar game, and they're not like the craziest innovators when it comes to gameplay. But immersion could be argued. I usually build nicer. I just want to do something kind of wacky for my first house. Just build onto this right here. There we are. That's kind of wacky, don't you think? We can do that. Yeah, that will work for now. Very ugly now, but I'll build a very nice house later. I just want a peaceful place to sleep. You guys remember, like, the old days of Minecraft? Like, the really old days, like, I used to play on PlayStation, and I remember the, worlds that you get for free, the demo worlds. Like, where you only get to play it once, and then it resets all your progress when you're done. I had the full game, I just still liked playing the demos. Something about them were just so fun. The ones I remember the most are was the Halloween one. And then, ooh, I remember the Christmas one. I remember the giant Christmas mansion. I liked that a lot. It had like the Santa's factory in it. And then, I don't remember the Fallout one very well. I know it existed. I just don't think I played it. I think the Toy Story one came on like way later. I remember that one. And then there was also... I just remember the Christmas one and the Halloween one very well. And then of course I remember like the demo, like tutorial worlds. Those were cool. For the time they came in, they were pretty sweet. Yeah, you could sit, little guy. Then, oh, just stripped the wood on accident. I think that's all I remember. It was so long ago now that I don't remember much about the demo world, but I remember just really them kind of building my childhood. I think the other thing that really catered me as a child was a PS3 game. And I don't even know the name of it. It was a game where you'd be like in grass. It was like, you know that one Mario Party game where it's like you're the cubes and you're trying to catch the other cubes? Or like there's like one cube who's like really fast and the rest of you are like kind of big and you're trying to like squash the small one. It was kind of like that, except it was like bombs. And you'd be like a little bomb guy and you're like blowing up enemies. It was like just very cartoonish and like silly. I remember I'd always eat quesadillas while playing that. Something about that memory just really sticks with me. I have a lot of weird childhood moments, I think. I just remember very well. I actually remember my first time playing Minecraft. I must have been so young at this point. Like, unbelievably young. But I remember my mom had a friend who was kind of like a hippie. Like, he wore beanies all the time. He was kind of like alternative. But he brought his laptop one time to our house. And he showed me this game, Minecraft. And you were like... I just remember seeing him, like, show me how you're, like... He was riding a boat in a swamp. And this was weird, because I remember being super young. Like, under 6 years old, seeing this for the first time. And I was, like... taken back by it. Because before then, the only games I've really played was that one bomb game. And that's pretty much it. Because that PS3 wasn't even mine. It was my stepdad at the time. So I didn't even... That was the first time I ever like seen a game like that. And then eventually my mom bought it for me. For the PS3. And I remember playing that on the PS3 for the first time. And I had a shirt at the time of Leonardo from... Or was it... Yeah, I think it was Leonardo. It was Leonardo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Pixelated. And my first time ever playing the game, I built that. I just took off my shirt, placed it on the couch, and built it pixel for pixel. And I think that's the moment I fell in love with Minecraft. And which probably led to me having played at least spending 6% to 10% of my life playing Minecraft. 10% is very generous. I'd say probably 6% to 4% of my life has been spent playing this game, right here. I have well over 3,000 hours in it, maybe. And I just was taken back by this amazing game. And I haven't stopped playing it since. I've taken breaks, of course. I've had worlds come, worlds go. But something about playing Minecraft for the first time really just... I don't know. It spoke to me. Like, nothing like a game has spoken to me ever. And ever has, or ever will again. Of course, I've played good games since. I've played games... Minecraft's not even my favorite game. But it's my most... I think it's the game I value the most. With all the memories of playing it with family, with my sister, with, like, just other people, I just loved this game. And then besides that, I've played a couple games that have really spoken to me. And one of them has caused me to have a major deep obsession and, you could say, infatuation with one certain character. Batman. This is going to be my more nerd talk, I guess. But when I was around 8 years old, maybe, or at some age, for the first time ever, I found a game called Batman Arkham Knight. My stepdad at the time had just bought it, and I've never really played an open world game like that, ever. But something about that game really spoke to me, and I didn't even know it yet. I remember the farthest I ever got when I was playing it as like a really young kid. Not really young, but decently young kid. Like, below 10, but like above 8. Somewhere in that range. Something about playing Batman Arkham Knight for the first time? I don't know. It just like... It was the first time I've ever seen anything like that. Being able to fly around, beat up bad guys. I really just liked it, and I've had good memories of Batman. He's always been my favorite. I've always liked Batman a lot. But I've never played a game where I felt like I was a character. Like, I've never felt like I was, like, I don't know. And the farthest I ever got was when you get to that one guy. When you're not even in Ace Chemicals yet, you just get to that one guy and he's like, "Are you gonna stop Scarecrow?" And Batman's like, "I'll take care of it." That's the farthest I ever gotten, and the one thing I remember is the first time I ever heard a cuss word in a game. Because I wasn't like a sheltered kid, I wasn't a closeted kid, but like, I didn't watch much like super R-rated stuff when I was a kid. And Batman isn't R-rated, but I don't know. I guess I haven't seen it in video games before, because to me, video games are like something kids like doing. And sometimes adults like doing it too. But when I heard that guy say, "Are you gonna get that son of a bitch, Batman?" Something about that moment. I immediately went to my stepdad at the time and pulled him into the room that he was in the bathroom. And I was like, "He said a bad word." And he's like, "What'd he say?" And I whispered in his ear. He said, "Bitch, son of a bitch." And he said, "Yeah, it's Batman." And I was like, I thought Batman was for kids. And then I never played Batman after that point. I don't know why, but I just have that memory. But after that, years passed, and then when I was way older, I found Batman again when I was just going through some of my old PlayStation games. Because I was just like, "Oh, I need to find a new game to play." I saw Batman Arkham Knight in my old PS4 game collection. I said, "I'll give it a whirl," and I booted up Batman Arkham Knight. And that started what became my favorite game of all time. And I couldn't tell you why. Because I didn't play any of the other games, probably for 2 years of me just playing Batman Arkham Knight on repeat. I've beat that game so many times. I've gotten 240% multiple times. I have well over 500 hours on the PlayStation, and then another 100 hours on my PC. And I couldn't tell you why, because it's not the most, like, crazy game. It's an amazing game, a great game even, but it's not a game that you play more than once or twice. But for me, I played it more than I could count in one time, like one hand. It was... something about it really just spoke to me.